Yes. Okay, so now the new value is 3.44 sulfur content.
हाँ जी, क्या हाल चाल? Welcome to the channel Sailors Inside. So guys, in the previous video we see how to make the fuel changeover from high sulfur to low sulfur. So in this video we will change back the fuel from the low sulfur to the high sulfur. So the procedure is almost similar. Only the few things we have to keep in mind. So let's start the video.
So before starting the changeover to the high sulfur, we will make sure that the high sulfur purifier is running for the purification. And secondly, what we will do, we will make sure that the low C chest is open. Why the low C chest must be open? Because already the seawater pump is running, and when we will start the scrubber pumps, seawater pumps will be running. So it requires more seawater. So we will make sure that the low C chest is in service. So now we will go and we will start the scrubber. So guys, this is the scrubber panel. So you can see that these are the 4 seawater pumps for the scrubber, and now the exhaust gases are passing directly through the funnel. And when I will start the scrubber, the seawater pump will start, and this changeover valve for the exhaust gas will change from direct to the scrubber tower. So let's go and start. What we have to do, first of all, we have to take the power request. It will take few seconds for the power request to be completed. Okay, so the power permission has been there, and now we can start the scrubber. Okay, so this is the home page. So now we can see the seawater pump has started. Number 4, number 3, number 2 seawater pump has started. So from the seawater pump, the water will be passing through the towers. This is the scrubber tower. You can see the water has started spraying to the tower, and still you can see the exhaust gases are passing directly to the funnel. It is not passing through the scrubber tower. So it will take 1 minute time. So after 1 minute, these valve will be changed. So you can see the valve are changing. So this is for the main engine. So for the main engine, the valve have been changed for the exhaust gas to the scrubber tower. And auxiliary engine number 1, generator number 1 is running. So for that also, the valve has been changed from direct to scrubber tower. Whereas the generators which are not running, number 2, number 3, number 4, it will be the exhaust gases. Anyway, there is no exhaust gases. The exhaust gas is passing directly. So in case now if I start number 2 or number 3, so this changing over valve for the exhaust gas will change from direct to the scrubber tower. So now we will go and change from low sulfur to high sulfur. Follow me. Now we will open the steam tracing for high sulfur. First we will open outlet. This is the steam tracing outlet for the high sulfur. Okay, outlet is open. Now we will go and open the inlet. This is the steam tracing for the high sulfur inlet. We will open the inlet. Inlet steam tracing for the high sulfur is open now. This is the high sulfur service tank. There are 2 valves. This valve is a quick closing valve which is always open all the time, and this is one more valve we will open. This is a common valve for main engine as well as auxiliary engine. Okay, valve is open. Now after making sure that the high sulfur service tank outlet valve is open, make sure this local valve is also open. and now we are on low sulfur. This is for the main engine. So now we will go and change to the high sulfur. So now it is on low sulfur. First of all, we will change the control to local. And now we will change to high sulfur. You can see the high sulfur has started blinking. Now we will do for the auxiliary engine. Same before, make sure that the high sulfur valve is open. Now it is in open condition. This is for the auxiliary engine. Now it is on the low sulfur position. We have to change it to the high sulfur. Same method has to be followed. First, take the control to local. Now it is on local, and now we can change to high sulfur. Okay, now it has started blinking, so means changing over has started. Now this changeover valve will change from low sulfur to high sulfur position. Slowly this valve will lift and will change the position to high sulfur. By the time we will go and check the status of main engine. This is for the main engine. So the valve is already on the midway position, so it is now on half on the low sulfur and half on the high sulfur. Same time it is important to make sure the pressures are okay, the supply pump pressure and circulating pump pressure. So the supply pump is 4.1 bar and circulating pump is 8.8 bar. This is to make sure that the changing over process is taking place nicely. For the time being, we will take back to the remote. Now you can see it is almost on the high sulfur position. We will go and check for the auxiliary engine. So for the auxiliary engine also, make sure the pressures are okay, supply pump pressure and circulating pump pressure. Okay, for the auxiliary engine also, so it has been changed from the low sulfur to the high sulfur position. Also we have to change back the filter from the bypass filter to the automatic filter for the auxiliary engine. So first of all, what we will do, we will open the equalizing valve, open it slowly so that the fuel from the bypass filter will be equalizing to the auto filter side. And then we will change back the filter from bypass to automatic. So the equalizing valve has been opened. Now we will change the filter. So here you can see the half of the filter has been changed from the bypass to the automatic filter. So guys, make sure don't do it directly in a one go. So do it slowly. First to little bit position from bypass, then move it to here, and then finally to the auto filter side. Do it in step by step. Okay, now you can see the filter is towards the automatic filter side. And now we will switch on the power. Just now the flushing has been made. Observe the pressure. The pressures are normal. Observe the pressures of the supply pump, circulating pump. So the pressures are normal. So now slowly the temperature will increase. Also guys, this is a purifier for the low sulfur oil. Now we can stop the purifier. I have already pressed the stop button. And now I will go to the control room and I will observe the temperature from there. Now we will change the cylinder oil from low sulfur to high sulfur. So first open the high sulfur. Okay, high sulfur is open, and now we can close the low sulfur cylinder oil. Okay. Guys, I am in the control room now. We will observe the temperature from here. So first of all, the main engine temperature is already 122 degree. And how much time is remaining for the changeover? So the time remaining is 6 minutes. Whereas on the other hand, the auxiliary engine temperature is 106 degree. And the time remaining for the changeover is 28 minutes. So normally the auxiliary engine takes more time as compared to the main engine because of less consumption. Here the consumption you can see. Here the consumption is only 261 liters, whereas for the main engine the consumption is almost 3 tons per hour. So guys, this blinking sign means that the changing over from low sulfur to high sulfur is still in progress, and once it will stop blinking to the high sulfur, which means the system is already on high sulfur. What we have to do, we have to change the sulfur content here. So for now it has been set to the low sulfur 0.49, and whereas for the high sulfur is 3.44. So only this has to be done after the changeover has been completed. Guys, this is very important. Don't do this mistake. If you did it before the changeover has completed, the engine will slow down. It has happened in this ship already. So be careful about this, guys. So we will wait for the complete changeover, and once the changeover has been completed, we will change the sulfur content. So guys, now we can see that for the main engine the changing over has been completed to high sulfur. Already the temperature is 126.5 degrees. So now we will change the sulfur content. So guys, again I will repeat because this is very important. So while changing from high sulfur to low sulfur, so the sulfur content has to be changed 20 minutes before the changing over, and after changing the sulfur content, we have to observe for the jacket cooling water temperature and cylinder cover temperature to drop to less than 90 degrees. But when changing from low sulfur to high sulfur, we have to wait for the complete changeover. We have already waited for the complete changeover to the high sulfur, and then we have to change the sulfur content from the MOP panel. So if this procedure is not followed, what will happen? It can result in slowdown of the engine. Guys, believe me, it will result in slowdown of the engine. It has already happened in this ship. So we will change the sulfur content to 3.44%. here guys you can see the value is increasing. Already 3.39, so I will reduce little bit to 3.44. So now it's 3.34. After the value has reached, we have to apply. We have to wait for few seconds for the application to be executed. Okay, so now the new value is 3.44 sulfur content. So now we will close this tab. And now what we have to do, we have to observe the jacket cooling water temperature and the cylinder cover temperature. So now this temperature will increase. How this temperature is being controlled? This temperature is being controlled with the help of LDCL pump. This is the LDCL system and this is LDCL pump. So now you can see that the temperature has increased in 82, 83. The cylinder jacket cooling water temperature will go to around 117 or 118 degrees. So we will wait for that temperature to reach. So guys, by the time the jacket cooling water temperature and the cylinder cover temperature for the main engine is increasing, we will go and close the low sulfur service tank outlet valve, and we will close the steam tracing for the low sulfur. So guys, first of all we will close the steam tracing. This is the low sulfur inlet steam tracing. Now we will close the outlet of the steam tracing for the low sulfur. This is high sulfur, this is low sulfur. We will close. Outlet has been closed, and now what we will do, we will close the low sulfur service tank outlet valve. Okay, the valve has been closed. So guys, now you can see that the temperature for the jacket cooling water have already reached 121 degrees. So for the main engine the changeover has been completed, but just now for the auxiliary engine we have received the alarm that the booster module common alarm. So what is the alarm? So the alarm is the fuel oil temperature low. So the temperature is now 109 degrees. So guys, this is normal because this is the time when both the high sulfur as well as low sulfur are properly mixed, and the viscosity controller is not able to give a proper command to the steam controller. So this is normal, nothing to do in this case. Thus we have to wait so that more and more fuel oil, heavy fuel oil will go into the system, and then the steam controller will stabilize and the temperature will be maintained. So just wait little bit. So we will wait little bit.